Okay, so the second question of the MyMaths task has two parts to it. Okay, this is the first part. We have a square base pyramid. This is more of a pyramid that we're expecting because the apex is nicely above the centre of the base. We've been asked to find the slant height, S. They've helped us out a bit by giving us some dotted lines of things that we can't see, which I actually think helps a lot more than drawing them all solid. If you drew them all solid, then quite frankly, which one can you see, which ones can't you see? Much more difficult to visualise. So, we want to find the slant height S. So we want a right angled triangle which includes S. So there's only one right angle, well, two right angled triangles we could have. We could go down the middle of the face and along, or we could go right down to the middle of the pyramid and along the base. And that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so that is my red triangle. Now, we already know the height, it's 8.2, that told us that. Remember, this is S, not 5. My 5s do look a lot like S's. And now we need to find the base of, which I'm going to call T, because why not? So T is also part of a couple of right angled triangles. We could use this right angled triangle here, or we could use this right angled triangle here, and then half the hypotenuse, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is the right angle triangle I'm using. This side is 7.1, this side is 7.1, and this side is not T, this is 2T. 2T. Okay, now I can find out what 2T is, and I can half it to find T, and blah blah blah. So, first of all we square the sides that we are given, and we end up with 50.41. See, it looks like an S. We want two of those because they're both the same, which would give me 100.82. And then I want a square root. 100.82. Imagine will give me a number very, very close to 10. Oh, excuse me. That must have been so loud, I'm really sorry. Okay, 10.0409. So once our answer to one decimal place, keep your working to two decimal places. 10.04. Now if 2t is 10.04, that means that 1t is 5.02. Excellent, now we know t is 5.02. And we can find s. So we need to do 8.2 squared, and we need to do 5.02 squared. Which gives me 25.205. And 8.2 squared gives me 67.24. Do I add them or subtract them? Well, S is the hypotenuse, so I'm going to add them. Which gives me 92.445. That is not S, it's S squared, so I want to find the square root of that. 9.614, just 9.6 will do. So I'll do that one there. The tricky point there is that you have to find half of the diagonal. That's a little tricky. Okay, we were dealing in 3D. Hang on a moment, this is two-dimensional. That's no good, that's no fair. Tell you what, let's draw ourselves a little diagram. Here is the net for an open box. Find the maximum length of a pencil that can be placed entirely within this box. So if we think about that, that means that our box, front of our box is here. That's 9, 10. Then our box goes back for 5 centimetres. Oh, I needed to label both of those as 5. There we go. So that's my box. And then of course I've got the sides that I can't see. And I'll put those in as dots. Right, and I want to know the longest possible pencil that I can fit inside a box. So, the best way to fit a pencil inside a box that's small, the longest possible way of fitting it in, is to go from corner to corner, from vertex to vertex. So I'm going to try and put my pencil from here to here. That is going to be the length that I'm finding from this corner at the front to this corner at the back. Which means the right angled triangle I'm going to use is this one here. Okay, so my red triangle, sorry that's my phone, my red triangle is, I want to find out this, let's call it P because it's a pencil. The height of my cuboid is 10. And I don't know what this is, let's call it R because it's the next letter in the alphabet. I don't know what R is yet, so let's use triangle to work out what R is. Let's use this one here. Okay, so my green triangle, which is very non-triangular, has 9 along here. This is 5, because it's the same as this, and we're trying to find R, which is here. So, first thing we do, we square everything we can. R is the hypotenuse, so we're going to add those two together. And then R will be the square root of this. Because if we don't have to half anything, I'm just going to leave it as that. R equals the square root of 106. There we go. Now we can move over to the red triangle. Square your sides. P is the hypotenuse. So P is going to be the square root of 206. .35, 14.4 to one decimal place. This, of course, is assuming that these measurements are the inside of the box, not the outside of the box. But we're going to take that assumption. Sorry, that wasn't clear, was it? We are going to assume that.